get a little piece too. White man get a piece. I get a percentage, Joe. So that means every dollar you make, I get 75 cents. Understand, Joe? Okay.
75? Damn. That's crazy. He get hustled. Hustle, man.
Yeah, that's
See, I'm just going to get 75, Chief.
You gonna get a quarter. A quarter? That means I only get a quarter. Yeah. 25 cents. That doesn't seem right.
Can you do the math? You got a calculator?
He says you got a calculator. To add this up.
Alright, let's get it Star Wars time. The graphics is a little bit better. Like the view, they made the. I don't know. I feel like it's more faster, the processing of this game. You still ain't beat the first one, right, Vaughn?
Nah, but I'm about to.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I can tell I'm near that good game. Don't spoil it.
I'm not. You don't like the ending now. The ending is crazy.
They got me.
Who's that big nigga with the double lightsaber? That big nigga.
With the double lightsaber. He wearing all black?
Yeah, black.
Cal,
He's an
good to
Inquisitor.
see you, right?
I know who you're talking about. That's one of the Inquisitors.
Too soon. I'll take the Inquisitor. Keep that other gunship off my back. On it.
I'm about to pull up on the Inquisitor right now. It's crazy.
We gotta take her out.
I'm about to fight this nigga right now. Nice sister. Fuck.
Brace yourself, Festus!
Impressive! But you're hurting bad inside, Kestis.
Oh yeah,
I
he
can
looked like this,
sense
but he
it.
didn't have the helmet on. He didn't have the fucking police hat.
All the guilt you're feeling for those fools
this
you
la-
led
this
to
is a
their
lady.
deaths
Yeah.
makes you so,
Miss Green.
so predictable.
Oh, this is the first one. Is this the first one or the second?
This is the second one. What you mean?
Oh, this is the second one. Okay. Because this fight looks familiar as fuck.
Now, BD.
Time to die, cracker rat!
Don't it?
I like to play with my food. Embrace your fear. Know it.
Dual stance. Okay.
What's this?
What else you got? Not quick enough. Must be tiring.
Masana! You were a Jedi Knight before you betrayed our order. Your name was Masana Tide. It's time to set you free.
You had to smoke that bitch? Is she dead?
Yeah,
Yeah.
decapitation.
Okay. You know what I mean? She left you no choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no choice.
Need to center myself.
He said, stay on the scene.
Okay, I'm ready. Bode, Bravo.
Miss
Are you
Parker?
there?
Miss Parker.
Let's get back to the Mantis. If the others made it out, they'll meet us at the hangar. If not...
Located a hostile. I won't let you kill me. Direct hit.
Bird is the word.
Found you, intruder. What's he doing? Down the leg. No pain. Stop me. Tight guard for hit.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, traffic control. He said, bird, when you bird, bird is the word. Bird, when a bird is the word. Bird up.
Hangar's close. We're alive.
Thanks to this crazy son of a gundark.
You're hurt.
I'll manage. What happened to the Inquisitor?
Dead. Gaps. And the twins. I should have...
They knew what they signed up for. We need to get topside and transmit that intel to Saw Gerrera. That's How we honor the fallen.
You're right. Yeah. BD, call the ships.
Not the valet service I was hoping for.
Bravo. You got Overwatch?
On it.
All right. I'll draw their fire. You hit them when they aren't looking.
Let's get some payback. See you in the mix, Scrapper.
Moving into position. I got you covered.
Let's do this.
I'll take it.
All right, Bravo, keep it up.
You got it.
Vinny. Vinny, how you feel?
I can't keep track. Won't kill me.
Feel pretty good.
How was Guardians?
Good.
It's good, yeah.
It had its faults, but it was better than the last couple.
It was better than, yeah, I didn't like the second one, so good.
I'm talking about like Marvel movies in general. Most people are saying
Ally down.
definitely watch.
Have to win. Having a hard time. Gotta hit on the time.
How are you guys like Jedi Survivor?
Well, look for the fire.
It is 5.
Help me, BD.
Ron, how do you feel about Jedi mind tricking people in the game?
Yeah,
rapper?
mine.
Yeah. You get Jedi mind trick people in the game.
Oh. First, talking about the rapper.
He got that from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just wave your hand and then all of a sudden your enemy just starts battling his own boys.
Yeah,
Oh,
boys.
yeah, fire.
Fight your mans.
That's
Fight your
cool as
mans.
fuck.
Like, you'll just wave your hand in front of his face. You're my ally. And then he'll just turn and start beating on his boy.
Yeah, I just started, Vinny. You know what I'm saying? Getting it in.
You know, that game's fire, dude.
I just washed up the Ninth Sister though, real quick.
So I found out that they have 2 unlockable lightsaber colors.
Oh, well,
Right,
what
so
are
they got mad colors. They got like
You gotta find them though on the map, right?
no. So
was
that
all
was how it
yours,
was in
Bode.
the last game.
I had a hunch this might be a hot exit.
This one, all of them are unlocked automatically. So when you get to your first workbench, you'll have all of the blade colors except for 2.
Really? So how can you get the other one, the other 2?
So you get in the beginning, you get pretty much everything. You get blue, green, purple, orange, white. Fucking there's mad colors. You have to play New Game Plus, so you got to beat the game and then restart it. They got one that's called Party, and every time you swing the lightsaber, it changes colors.
Oh
That's
wow.
fire.
And then the red one, you unlock the red lightsaber. Because they don't give you the red one first playthrough. Only the bad guys have that shit. But chill.
Evil.
Give me that. That's the best color. Purple was dope, but I want red.
Okay. Yeah, red looks better in the dark. Like when you're in the dark, red looks better.
Mm-hmm. pretty dope too. Is that like the different colors, they sound differently too. Like when you open up the fucking lightsaber, it sounds completely different depending on what fucking color you got. How do you feel about that, Vaughn? Good.
That's cool.
I think you
Any
should
news
cop
on
Vaughn.
Starfield?
See you both in the air.
Huh? What should I cop?
It's
Jedi.
been a great first date and all, but I
yeah.
still haven't gotten paid.
You gotta beat the first one now.
Later, Beacon.
Got
It's
the other
unlockable
mantis
at some
first one.
point.
when things cool off.
I'm not going to spoil
Come and
how
find
you
me.
unlock it, but it's
Settle up.
unlockable in the game.
Yeah. Sure, I can trust you.
You can fucking
Saw the
play.
intel. A lot more work
You
to be
guys,
done.
you guys watch the old Star Wars
Looks
at
like I
all?
made the cut, huh, BD?
Yeah.
Remember like that chess game they used to play, like that
May
holographic
the Force
chess
be with
game?
Yeah.
You could unlock that as a mini.
You're a great fighter,
in
Cal.
this shit.
Let's see how well you
In the
fly.
ship.
No, in the game. I'm not going to spoil where or how to do it, but it's unlockable that you go play the holographic chess game. And your pieces are all the enemies that you defeated and you scanned with BD1.
How we looking, BD?
So make sure you scan them motherfuckers.
Oh. Whatever it is, I'll have to wait until we get someplace safe.
Mike, how do you feel about a new season of Fall?
Oh, is it?
They
Trying
added
to-
in this season.
Trying to play Fall.
No
We'll
traffic.
wait on tonight.
Looks like this portal's under
About to
maintenance.
fucking,
As soon as we breach the surface, jump to light speed.
might play some Jedi myself
take
for
the
a
risk.
little bit.
You've already
Okay,
overstayed
okay,
our
okay.
But Bobby said he's down when he gets in tonight. They added in this season, so it's not season.
That's why my shit got an update. Yeah, I saw Fall Guys had to update,
Got
but I said
company.
chill. Star Wars had to update. They did a
They
huge
don't have
patch.
seasons anymore.
Copy that, Bravo.
What do you mean they don't have seasons no more?
So they have a season. What you're paying for in your advanced is called. It's another. They call it something else. It's like a pass, right? And it's shorter. It only lasts between a month to a month and a half. And the level only goes up to 20, right? There's barely any. You unlock a decent amount of shit, which is pretty dope.
Nice
They
work,
have some
everyone.
dope unlockables.
Hope
But
that's the last of them.
it only goes up to 120, and you only have until June 13th to finish this particular pass.
The SpongeBob one? Because it's still up to the SpongeBob one.
Good luck.
Nah, they changed all that.
Cal.
The rewards are
See you
different now.
Okay, okay. I gotta take a look. See,
They got like it's like gamer centric now. Like you can unlock a belt that has a video game controller on it. You have a skin that's like a fucking video game controller.
Hold
It's pretty dope. And they also let you make your own maps now. So if you wanted to make
you can make your own maps. Oh, I'm about to make
Learn
some
that move
fuck
from you.
shit, son. I'm about to be on my
You-
fuck shit.
We're almost there.
yeah, they have a map creator and you could add it into like your playlist.
Okay, okay, okay. I might have to make some. I might have to make some, son.
It looks pretty crazy. Yeah, that's like the main thing. Like
Oh, of course the black dude dies first to this shit. Nice.
What are you talking about?
yeah, black.
This guy crashed
What are
in
you
a
talking-
TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, of course. Just like
Of course,
any
of
movie. Any
Took some
90s
hits
movie,
back
kill
there.
off the black guy. They call it the
Running
black
diagnostics
fight.
while
You gotta
transmit
kill
the
off
intel.
one black person.
But Vaughn, they didn't kill off John Boyega in the new Star Wars movies.
Oh yeah, I know. But
I
they didn't
know.
let him be. They didn't let him be a Jedi either.
Yeah. They ain't let it be a
I
Jedi
know,
neither, my
mediocre.
nigga. Mediocre stormtrooper, nigga. Put this
But
plastic
hold on,
on.
the on
Put
the
this
flip end,
plastic
though,
on,
you
black.
had Sam Jackson who
information
had the
doesn't
perp.
And he
had
got
the purple
killed.
lightsaber.
You know what
Yeah,
happened to
smoke,
him?
smoke, thrown out the
Smoke.
window.
He got killed by the fucking Emperor. I mean, that's a worthy adversary to get killed by. It's not like he got killed by some Randy.
Yeah, I know.
He got
I know.
killed by the most powerful motherfucker in the universe.
At that time. At that time.
At that exact moment, he got killed by the most powerful motherfucker in the galaxy. So I would say that had a worthy death. It wasn't some rinky-dink shit. Remember, Vaughn, Sam Jackson was the one who killed Boba Fett's pops. Cut his head off.
I know. He had it coming. He had it coming. He could have spared him, but he had it coming.
He said, "Nah,
Definitely
fuck him."
That's crazy.
He cut off his hand and then his head.
Decapitation.
He cut off his fucking hand and then his noggin.
He tried to reach
Not
for the
feeling
blasters. Tried to grab the shooters. Sam L
he
said, chill.
Sam L wasn't feeling that.
The galaxy is vast, Droid. And I have seen only a little of what it has to offer.
How far you in so
One
far?
day, I
You
will return
beat
to
it already?
Dathomir
Vinny, you
Yeah.
beat that Star Wars?
and whisper what I have
Wow.
learned.
It's not. It doesn't. It's not that long of a game, dude. It really isn't. But the story isn't that long. The whole thing is there's mad shit
You know, it's not often I bring
to
back an old
go
family
back
recipe
and
like
do
this.
afterwards, though.
Well, what do you think?
There's a couple of different activities, and there's mad areas of the map that you can explore that you aren't going to during this fucking story. If you're strictly doing the story, you're
Wonderful, Grace.
leaving all these large chunks of the map
I
unexplored,
actually pay credits for this. Oh,
where you
yeah?
can get different
Hey,
skills,
I might
different
start
clothes, different
judging
shit. You know what I'm
pal.
saying?
Hey, does
you
anybody
do
else
all
smell
that?
something burning?
No, that's why I'm doing the second playthrough. I'm just gonna fucking do everything. I think I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game. I'm gonna do everything, or a large chunk of it. They got like a bounty system in this game. Later on, you can go after fucking bounties and shit. Like, there's a lot of shit to do, dude. I'm just saying, strictly story-wise. And once I found out that I can get the red lightsaber, I just beat the story and then I just started over again immediately.
Yeah, you got to now.
I started over immediately. I was like, I'll play through the story again so I can unlock all the rest of the maps and shit, but I wanted that red lightsaber.
Any ports nearby
Yeah,
that won't
yeah,
turn
you
us in
had
for a
to.
reward?
I need that red.
Yeah.
And it plays into the story a little bit too, but again, no spoilers. You guys-
He's
you
turning
guys see that
evil.
shit.
Is he slowly turning evil?
Again, I'm not gonna spoil
What
nothing.
is he doing? You're not going to
That's where
spoil
you
that.
settled down. Out in the middle of nowhere.
Like that
That'd be a
lame
good
ass
place to lay low.
fucking villain they had in the last
Anyone knows
movie
how to fix up
that
the
people tried to
Mantis, screw
defend. What was
strikers.
his name? Cal?
Kylo,
Kylo
Kylo
Ren? I said,
Ren.
We can make it.
Ben Sky, or Ben Solo.
Very underwhelming. The most
Yeah, no, those
underwhelming.
movies
though.
sucked. Those
Yeah.
movies were
Tidy up
terrible.
before we visit
All
Grease.
three of them. They were
You
horrible.
know how
Like,
he is about mess.
I took them off the shelf. That's how much I don't even want to. I bought them
You
and
don't
never
wanna
even
look at
watched
them.
them. I don't even want to look at them. I bought them and they were sitting there for mad long and never watched them. And I was just like, throwing these shits in the closet. So I don't even want to look at these shits no more. Make room for something else that's more viable. So you know what I put there instead, Vaughn?
What? What?
Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a
Okay,
good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That was a
Let's
good
get this
one.
back on the
Trilogy.
Yeah, yeah.
The newer ones were definitely pretty dope when I rewatched them.
The first three Matrixes would have been good there, but yeah,
I
maybe
had
not
them.
the first three. You have the first three Matrix? Okay, good.
I had the first three. Yeah. I'm actually planning on rebuying them on 4K because they got the Dolby Vision on that shit. Vaughn, if you get a TV that's capable of it, the Dolby Vision is the way to go.
Dolby. I
Dolby
think I got
Vision.
a good TV. I think my TV can handle that. I got the smart
Dolby
TV.
Vision on the 4K
Could
Blu-rays
use a refresh.
be making this shit look crazy, dude.
I rewatched Black Panther on that shit. It's pretty good.
Most of those, yeah, like all of Disney Plus, pretty much all of their Marvel and Star Wars all have 4K Dolby Vision on it on the streaming. And it does, like I said, it makes this shit look crazy. So I'm probably gonna rebuy the Matrix trilogy. So I got some old ass Blu-rays. I'm about to jump in the Jedi. You guys do you.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna hit you guys. I'm probably gonna be either in the fucking Discord or send it to chat later on for fall.
Yeah, fall.
Yeah.
A little fall.
Vinny, before you go, how you feel about people? Oh, he left. Oh,
What was you about to ask him?
Vinny, you back?
I heard it as you were leaving.
Oh,
As I
how
was
do you
leaving,
feel
I heard
about
before you leave, and then I left.
people being mad that they made
see how it
Tinkerbell
handles.
black? And that's Peter Pan crap. How do you
Now
feel about that?
I'll give you both sides of the coin, Vaughn.
All right.
It's a little odd that they're just like race swapping random characters, right? Like they did that shit with Ariel, they did that shit with Tinkerbell, right? Just like the random race swapping, right? Very odd, but like what people that defend it say, I kind of agree with. They're made up characters, so they could be anything, right?
Exactly.
Now, flip side to that is the same people got very upset. There was a mini, like, I guess a Twitter controversy that I caught wind of. They're making a live action Moana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lead actress Moana, they cast a Hawaiian, right? She's a native
This
Hawaiian.
one's ready to go.
Very pale
Okay.
though. She's a pale Hawaiian.
Ooh.
Wasn't feeling it.
It
No,
wasn't
you
film.
cast a white girl. This is ridiculous. Oh,
But she's really Hawaiian.
But she's Hawaiian. She's from Hawaii. Her parents are from Hawaii. Like, she has features of Hawaiians in them. She's a pale Hawaiian, right?
Mhm.
So the defense was that they got pissed off with that situation because they're like, oh, this is whitewashing. You're whitewashing a
almost
person of
there.
color's
Let's
character,
head up to
right?
the cockpit.
Yeah.
Well, how come the defense in the other direction doesn't work for this?
They went and found the whitest Hawaiian they could find. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's people.
You get what I'm saying, though? Like,
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
It doesn't work if you say yay to this but nay to that. Like,
Yeah.
your logic has to remain consistent for me to get down with that. If you're going to complain that they're, quote, whitewashing a
Haven't used these
Hawaiian
since the scrapyard
character,
on Braca.
then you should also complain that they're making white characters black.
I mean, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care
That's
if
the
they
whole
made.
thing.
I wouldn't care if they say if they made. I mean, white. If they made Blade white, I wouldn't give a fuck, Vinny. I'm gonna be
Yeah, I
honest with
wouldn't care.
We're so good.
you. I would not care.
What about Superman, Black Supermiz?
It would be
What
different.
is that?
It would be different.
It would be different.
It would be different. Superman with a do-rag.
Yep, it would be different. The things he would have to go through, it would be different.
But then he could
'Cause-
just laser people. Like, if the cops try to discriminate against him, he could just be like, nah.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it. We're gonna make him like a Brian Gumble. What is the horniest?
Let me ask you
The horniest howdy
Failing all
black
over.
dude. By the books. Roy Dexter, nigga.
Straight Wayne Brady as
Yes,
Superman.
yes.
Starting someone entrance. That's one, buddy.
Wayne Brady flying around with his fucking nipples.
I mean, white. Would you be mad at White Blade?
We're not gonna make it to the hangar. Gotta put her down.
Like I said, they're all like made-up characters. Where I think it's where you should draw like the line
Hold on, BD.
with Hollywood is when you really start doing that shit. Yeah, you try to make like an actual like black person
But
white
listen,
or vice
They've
versa.
been
like,
They've been
it's a
doing this
little
in
odd.
Hollywood
That's
for
way
years.
more odd.
Hollywood's been doing that for years. Cleopatra is not white as fuck, but every movie they
fried.
depict Cleopatra totally
Won't be flying
white.
again without repairs.
They just don't even. They don't give her blonde hair, but the skin is white. They get a white woman,
This is us.
you know. But Cleopatra was
This must
not.
be the outpost.
Like geographically speaking, where she
we
was
finally get to see
born
Grace's
is not
cantina.
white people there. But
But
Okay.
we're talking about lineage now. That was the whole argument
on.
with Cleopatra. Her lineage might have a little Egyptian, but those motherfuckers were notorious for fucking their own siblings. And that family originated in Greece.
Yeah,
So
but
that was where the argument would play. I understand your point,
Yeah.
and I would say that about like
It's
Jesus.
so calm.
Jesus wasn't
Bravo
a
would've
white
liked
man.
this.
Wasn't
Come on,
black
buddy.
like some of these
Long way to
black
go.
Israelites try to fucking say, but he wasn't a white man either. He was an Arab.
Yeah.
But with Cleopatra, things get a little bit more murky. Maybe there was some interblending with the population
Okay.
born, but
So
that
Breeze
was
is on the other side of all this.
inbreeding was heavy
giving me
with
a
that
closer look?
family, dude.
We
And
don't
they
really know what
they
they look
started the original Ptolemy, because she was a Ptolemy. That was the last
That is
name.
one big
The original
beast.
Ptolemy was one of Alexander
We
the
have our
Great's
target.
generals.
Now let's reach it.
He wasn't an Arab. He wasn't Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? And if his children fucked each other and so on and so forth, how much of Egyptian blood does she really have? Not a whole lot.
Yeah. So we don't know what
That
she
was
looked
the
like.
whole point with Cleopatra.
We don't know what she looked like.
Nobody knows what she really looked
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I guarantee
Last
you
time
she
I saw
wasn't
a
pale.
Liverpool
She
was
lived in a
Braca.
fucking desert.
Long time
Yeah.
ago.
She definitely got a little toasty from the sun
you say now?
outside all the goddamn time
Come on.
around fucking
Mantis won't
sand.
repair itself. So
But
Breeze has the parts we
bloodline
need.
wise, she wasn't Phoenician / Egyptian.
Force is with me.
She was like 90+% Greek.
Do you think they knew that when they were making it back in the 1950s?
Oh no, they didn't know
No,
that shit.
they did
Or
not.
they ignored. Well, they see back then they would ignore
Doesn't
that
look
kind
like
of
this
shit. Like
gate
I
is
just
working.
said, like you shouldn't be getting like the whitest woman either, because again, it's fucking Egypt. Even if her bloodline is European, she would still toast under this desert sun.
She doesn't go outside.
Yeah, she stays in the fucking temples and pyramids all day. Like, yeah, she would get burnt after a while.
Yep.
All day, every day. How often does it fucking rain and get cloudy in Egypt? Not too often. She would be very tan.
Here in the ship. Those are the orders.
And what was that movie? The last. What was that movie with the
That's how
fucking?
it's done.
Battle droids.
Damn it! I forgot. I think it was a samurai movie.
Oh yeah, and it was Tom Cruise.
Yeah. What the fuck
that's
was that?
crazy.
Did that really happen? Well, I don't know.
No, it didn't.
I don't.
That was
Happen?
that was just Hollywood trying to snatch
That
away
was
the title
Hollywood.
of Last
Some kind
Samurai
of
to
rare
a white
mineral, I
guy.
guess.
That was Hollywood.
Yeah.
That was straight
That's-
Hollywood saying, listen, we know the samurai are Japanese, but the last one was a white dude. Funny story though, Vaughn. I don't know if I told you. I think I told you this story too. There was only there was like a handful
These don't
of
look like any
foreign
separatists I
samurai,
remember.
right? Like they were more or less
Raiders.
exclusively
What has
Japanese.
Grease gotten himself into?
Most
But
of the
there were
foreign
others.
samurai, most of the foreign samurai were Koreans that would just come
Yeah.
over and get trained in the Japanese arts and shit like that, right?
Yeah, but you had some black ones though. There was some.
You had a
niggas
black
over there.
samurai,
Mhm.
and there was like maybe 4 European samurais, right?
Mhm.
One of if not the first recorded foreign samurai, period, was this English dude and his first mate, a Dutch guy, right? And their story of how they got to Japan and what happened could be a fucking movie, dude. It's crazy as shit when I was reading this. These guys wanted to go down to like South Africa to do like trading, right? They left England and they sailed along the coast of like, Europe and then go into fucking Africa's coastline. Well, a crazy ass storm hit their armada. They had like 5 ships, right? And I think like
So what'd you find?
altogether like 300 people. Right? They were doing a big expedition to go trading. Storm hits them, sinks 2 ships and all the crew on board. So they're all dead. The other ships, they fucking get blown completely to the other side of the Atlantic.
Grease sure picked an interesting
They
place
land
to
in
live.
South America. They
South
land
America?
there. They land in South America. They land there, and these motherfuckers are like, you know, they're getting bearings, they're getting some fruit and shit.
Take a look at that.
All of a sudden, they get attacked by the locals because South America hasn't been pacified yet. It's like the 1400s,
Yeah.
right?
Forgot
So
how
the
to
Spanish are barely over there yet. Like, they're there,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't taken over everything by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
So the locals just fucking attack them. They run back to the ships.
Mm-hmm.
So they figure out where they are, you know, because of word of where the Spanish are and shit, whatever. And they're like, all right, well, we're approximately here. Let's just go around the southern tip of South America. And we'll go into the Pacific, and then we'll go to Japan. We'll switch it up. We'll go to Japan now, right?
Okay.
That's
What's the
good
plan?
trade. That's a good trading area, and it's not that bad of a trade.
Cut our
Originally
losses.
cut our losses. We'll go over there,
I
right?
think it's safe to say these droids have new masters.
Problem is, though, they thought that would be a short trip, because at that time, they thought that the Pacific
Sinking.
Ocean was only like a 2-week voyage. They thought it was a thin
Doesn't sound
strip
good.
of water. They didn't think it was that long. They thought it was not a very large distance
they
between
explode.
Japan and South
Good to
America.
know.
They didn't realize that the Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean on the planet.
It's hard. Be careful.
So
Big mistake.
they prepared for at most a month, right, to be at sea. The trip took 6. By the time they got to Japan,
Starving and thirsty and shit.
so I believe somehow over the course of that 6 months, another like another two more of the ships sank,
Stuck ship. huh?
either by the locals in South
me about
America or by another storm crossing in the
help.
Pacific, right? So now they're down to 1 ship lands in Japan. Out of 300 motherfuckers, I think it was like 15 of them survived this voyage.
This is
They
really
get
not
there.
pleasant.
And you're right, they're starving. They're highly dehydrated because, like, dude, these guys had horrible cases of scurvy. You know what that shit is, Vaughn?
Yeah.
You ever hear of scurvy?
Yep. No, you ain't getting no vitamins.
Yeah, exactly. All scurvy is that your body starts breaking down because it has no more vitamin C in it. What that means, though, the way the body breaks down,
work.
though, is
That'll save some time.
insane, dude. Like, vitamin C plays some kind of a role with your healing
Yeah,
and
you
your
can't live
immune
without
system
it.
and shit. Yeah, exactly. So
Eat that
when you have
vitamin.
when you have 0 vitamin C in you, when you have bad case of scurvy, like scars
zombie.
will split back
Zombie.
open. Yeah, you'll turn into like a zombie, dude. Like I broke my leg as a kid. My leg would just re-snap out of the blue. If I swung it the wrong way or stepped on it the wrong way, it would just re-snap. That connective tissue in my bone would just evaporate almost, essentially. Your scar tissue would just split back open. So these guys were like on hammocks, they had old scars, so they start bleeding all over the place. They rip back open, an arm that was broken back in the day would
'Cause they
just
don't have
break
vitamin
out of the
C.
blue. Yeah, because you can't store oranges and fucking pineapples and shit on a fucking ship in the open sea. That shit'll just go rotten in a day or two.
Yeah.
They didn't have refrigeration, and you can't salt fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these guys just had no vitamin C, dude. So they get to Japan. So that's only half the story, Vaughn. They get to Japan. And the political situation in Japan at that point was mad crazy. They hated outsiders at that point, right? They didn't want to trade with anyone. The only people that they traded with were the Portuguese, right? But they hated the Portuguese because apparently the Portuguese were real heavy-handed with them. Oh, you want this shit? Give us half your castle.
Yep.
So they didn't like the Portuguese at all to trade with, but they were the only foreigners that they somewhat trusted to trade with at all. So these motherfuckers land there, and they realize that there's only a couple of them. There's only 1 ship. They have a decent amount of stuff to trade, and they're not Portuguese. But because there's only 1 ship, and there's so few of them, and they're so sickly, they're not a threat either. So the Shogun takes these motherfuckers in. takes him in. It's like, you know, I'll show you around,
Shogun.
trade with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He takes the captain, this English guy, and his first mate, and he's like, you motherfuckers stay here. You're my honored guest. The rest of your crew, you stay up, you heal up, and then you bounce, and you go back to England with some cargo, right?
Yeah.
This guy then starts teaching the Japanese shogun like the mechanics of cannons and gunpowder and shit like that. Becomes highly instrumental in like the development of the Japanese Navy,
everywhere.
right? Becomes a samurai, which at that point didn't mean you were a warrior; it was just a landowner, right? But he became like one of the biggest samurai in the country. Him and his boy. But he wasn't allowed to leave Japan. Like, he was barred from leaving. The shogun valued that motherfucker too much, though. He was like, you could have whatever you want, except leaving Japan. You could have a castle, you could have as many wives as you want, as many slaves as you want, as much food as you... Whatever you want, it's yours. But you ain't leaving the country for the rest of your life. So all he had, so he started a whole new, this motherfucker had two families. He had a family that he thought he was going back to in England. He had like 2 kids and a wife over there. And then he had another wife and 3 kids in Japan. It's crazy shit.
Negative. You don't see it either. But you're a droid. You don't have to. Raver sees. That's what
Shit was crazy back then. Motherfuckers.
Vaughn, want to hear another fun story about the open seas back then?
About who?
The English, and how horrible life was in the Navy.
Alright.
These are white people getting brutalized by other white
Yeah,
people, so it's
yeah,
good.
yeah, Navy. Oh, I already know.
Raiders are nothing but killers.
So back in those eras, like when the redcoats are
Very
sailing
nice.
around and conquering the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
The captain was straight up dictator on the ship. What he says goes. If you don't follow him, he could throw you overboard or whip you in front of everyone, right?
Mutiny. Fucking.
Well, that's how piracy first started, was mutinies. Like, I'm tired of getting whipped by this guy because I'm not allowed to have an orange peel. Right? So
Put him on the plank. Make him walk the plank.
he walked the plank, just stab him, throw him overboard, whip them to death sometimes, whatever.
Yeah.
So the general public in England knew that shit, so they wanted no part of joining the Navy voluntarily, right? It was very few volunteers going into the Navy.
Yeah.
So guess what their recruitment tactics were?
Kidnapping?
Yes.
Yeah.
They find the drunks in the bars, bop them upside the head when they came out, and they'd wake up on a ship.
Yeah.
Or, the drunks, they would convince them to sign a contract. Like, I'll buy you another beer, just sign this real quick. What is it? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get you another drink. All right.
We just need to find a way through here. Reese is gonna be surprised to see us, huh?
It was terrible, Vaughn. Pirates weren't any kinder. They were kinder with each other, so it pissed them off. It got pretty bad.
Yeah.
You want to hear one of those stories, Vaughn?
Which one is this one?
A very brutal pirate story? I'm going to leave you up on this one. So there was this pirate captain. Edward Lowe, that was his name. Right? He was this English pirate. He had a particularly bad temper, especially when it came to the Portuguese, right? So him and his crew were chasing this Portuguese ship. And chasing him, right? So
Yeah.
what the pirates used to do back in those days, what people don't realize is, you know how they would fly like the black flag, right?
Yeah, yeah, Black Flag.
So pirates were a lot more sneaky than that in reality, apparently. What they would do a lot of the time is they wouldn't fly any flag. They would fly the flag of a ship, of like a country, right? They would fly.
Oh, okay.
If they wanted
Make
to
sure
rob a
it's safe.
Portuguese ship,
Trick you.
yeah, they would trick you. If you wanted to rob a Portuguese ship, fly the Portuguese flag. Then you
Make it
get
safe.
then you get real close to them, and then you fly the black flag.
A nest.
You let them know. The black flag was
Looks
meant
like
to
it dragged its prey
symbolize
back here
we're
and-
pirates, we want your shit, give up, and you'll all live, right? That's all we want. Most pirates were on that mind frame. We're not trying to just murder and pillage everyone. If you fought back at that
then
point,
you gotta.
then they brought down the black flag, and they raised a
Skull and
crimson red
crossbones.
flag. No, the
Oh.
crimson red flag, which means we're
Crimson
gonna kill
red.
every one of you now.
Okay.
That's when they started brutalizing, right? So anyway, this guy is chasing a Portuguese ship. He gets close, flies the black flag. They start fighting back. All right, bet. I hate you Portuguese motherfuckers already anyway. Flies the red flag, right? As he's chasing them, the Portuguese ship captain, he has like a giant cache of gold in a bag, right? And he's dangling it out the back window of the ship.
Okay.
Edward Lowe gets close enough, and he starts boarding the ship. The captain cuts the rope, and the whole bag of coins goes to the bottom of the fucking Caribbean.
Diablo.
This absolutely infuriates the pirate, right?
These old dams aren't held together
Damn,
by
So
much.
he-
sick.
He drags this motherfucking Portuguese captain upstairs to the main deck, and he starts beating the shit out of him with the flat side of his sword, right? Just paddling him all over. Then
You hear that?
No, do it.
he now this guy has got like multiple broken bones
Another one
and
down.
like, just bloodied the
Leave us
fuck
alone
up,
now.
right? Then he has one of his crew start like a broiler over there on the deck, right? He cuts this guy's lips off,
No
and
lips
then
now.
he broils them, and then forces this motherfucker to eat his own lips.
I found something. It,
Where was this
And that-
motherfucker from?
He was Welsh. He was from Wales. So after he forced this dude to eat his own cut up broiled lips,
Let's take a look.
he pulls out a handgun, a musket, and then blows his head like in half. And then he executes the rest of the fucking crew and dumps them overboard.
I was
Trespassing. Blast.
How does that make you feel, Paul? I feel good.
And they call the motherfuckers in the Amazon savagery. That's how. That's what's more savagery than that?
I have a very. It's not as savage, but I had a.
Mando droid.
It's more fun.
Didn't miss
Another
these.
pirate, I don't know his name, I forgot his name. Another pirate, what he would do is he would force feed captives, his prisoners, he would force feed them lit candles, flame first.
What have we here? As a Jedi,
Fucked up that is.
Wait, what he do?
Don't think we can slice that.
He would force feed his prisoners lit candles.
Oh.
And then, what was it? They would have another form of mild torture, like that would make them fucking like for the pirates' enjoyment. They would make a very like thick ring of candles and surround the center mast of the ship, and they put somebody in the ring of candles and make them run around the mast, right?
What are you doing down
While
here?
they were poking them with forks and swords and shit. And if you stepped out of line, you were stepping on a lit
Right.
candle.
you're exploring.
Candlefoot.
Candle wax foot. That's
Dude, imagine
crazy.
getting poked with swords and forks, and if you
Yeah.
step out of line, you just have burnt foot real quick, dude.
Damn. That's mad.
Evil
That's mad
motherfuckers,
devious. That's
dude.
yeah. That's just mad devious.
That's just a devious thing to do to somebody. It's not gonna kill them, but it's gonna fuck with them
You
so
thought of the
badly.
worst way to torture niggas. Like,
That's just a slow,
Hey, what have you
psychological
found?
fucking torture.
You want to
dude.
press it, right?
Painful psychological torture. Well, they had another one. This was like torture / execution. They would just tie you
Find a
up,
way out of this
string you up over like the sails, and then just drop you like 50 feet onto the fucking deck. And if you survive, they just rinse and repeat. Good stuff all around.
yeah, that's crazy.
Don't think I can call the lift from here. I'll need to find a different way.
Alright. Jedi mind trick some people, Mike.
Jedi mind. Yeah, I Jedi mind tricked a couple of
That's one of my favorite perk systems. Is the fucking Jedi mind tricks.
Gotta get past this tar. That dam give you any ideas, BD? It works. It looks great. If we could blow up the dam, we can raise the tar level. That could be useful. There. That should do it. Let's keep moving. We're almost there. Gotta keep moving.
big nigga.
BD1! Are you okay? Didn't I tell you to be more careful about who you scan? Come on. Should have left you in that rat tar nest.
Enemy contact established. I was built for this.
Damage within acceptable range.
Good job.
We're gonna call it right there till later.